Hey, good morning, everybody. Irish Prepper 2A here, and we are going into the next video series of these budget prepping items. Now, we started off with the Harbor Freight $30 budget at Harbor Freight, and we acquired the tarp, the slingshot, a folding knife, a magnesium fire starter, and some paracord cordage. That's a great start. $30 investment, some pretty decent items, give or take, they were okay. Now we moved on to that bastion of Chinese product, Walmart. Now, this isn't a comparison between what I can get at Walmart versus what I can get at Harbor Freight. This is more about establishing your gear, establishing what you can, afford. Because there's so many people out there that want to start this, but they're saying, I can't afford anything. That's what we're trying to acknowledge. That yes, you can afford something. Is it the best? No, but at least it's something. Something's better than nothing. So as I said, we're not going to compare what I got at Walmart for $30 versus what I got at Harbor Freight. We're going to say what I was able to add into that kit at Walmart. So I found 3 items today at a Walmart. There was nothing in my local, my town. I had to go to the next town over, which was just a 15-minute drive. And I managed to hit, some, I think, they're, decent, solid items. So let's check them out. First thing he got was a flexible saw. Just a little ring saw. Not too bad. They label it as a commando saw. I rest assured there's no commando in the world that's using a saw like this. But for the price, not too bad. We'll see what happens with that. Next thing I got was waterproof matches. Right in there. 160 of them. Right? 160 waterproof matches. I thought, that's not too bad either. The last thing we got was this fixed blade knife. Not too bad. It's an Ozark Trail. Fixed blade with a paracord handle. But the thing I really liked about this was the ferro rod. Can you see the ferro rod right there? That is a nice, beefy ferro rod. Much better than the ones they sell individually. So, what did we spend on these items today? The knife with the ferro rod was $8.97, so just under $9. Waterproof matches, $4.88. The commando saw, the flex wire saw, $4.47. There you go. I know it's hard to see, but yeah, you can't see those. But the price was right. One thing I want to mention about this ferro rod and the whole price for this thing, this was, as I said, just a few cents under $9. This is the other type of ferro rod that Walmart sells. This little one right here. Take a look at that. It's been used and abused. I have, put this thing through the ringer. I mean, it's still producing, but this ferro rod right here will run you just over $5. Take a look at that difference in those ferro rods. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. There it is. Look at the difference in those ferro rods. So I think for the ferro rod alone, something like that on Amazon would run you $5, $6, $7. And, the Walmart one for just over $5. That's a major difference. And they threw in a fixed blade knife with the sheath. There's a sheath in there as well. With all that being said, we have added to the kit. So now we're $50 in. We have a shelter system. We have cordage. We have a, hunting weapon system. We have a folding knife. And, we have several means of fire starting, another means of cutting, and now we have, a fixed blade knife with, an extra form of fire starting. So, this is always a work in progress. I got lucky and found these things today. You may not always, but it's an endeavor. You have to seek it out. It's not going to fall in your lap. Okay? I mean, and if you do, you're extremely lucky. But most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you're going to have to go seek it out. Okay? So we have established a little bit more. Next week's video, we're going to take these additional items out. We're going to field test them and see how they work. And, just be completely honest and transparent about it. All right, guys, I know I got many comments in the last video that's saying, buy good the first time. That way you don't have to purchase twice. I agree with you. I agree 100%. However, there are, circumstances where you can't buy good, maybe at all. Maybe at all. You have to make do with what you can afford, what is available to you. I agree, get the best that you can afford, but as we always say, something is better than nothing. And in the event that you can upgrade later on, there may be somebody else that could use this and you can pass it on. Barter items, trade them out. There may be other things that you can do with it. You may have family members, friends, somebody that, was, in the same boat. They didn't jump on the bandwagon early and they are in need. They could use these items after you upgrade. It never hurts to have a spare. What's the mantra in the military? 2 is 1, 1 is none. Okay, so think about that as, you acquire items and, you can always upgrade later. Some folks may say, well, I may not be able to afford to upgrade later, but at least you have something now. Okay? So don't be afraid to, you keep saving for that wish list. I want the latest, greatest, whatever. I want a Daniel Defense AR-15 with an EOTech and an EOTech magnifier and Magpul stuff all over it. I mean, sometimes that stuff is unreachable. Do you really want to sit around and wait, 6, 7 months or maybe even a few years before that can even happen? Or do you want to have something prepared now? Okay? Just let that mindset sink in for a minute, okay? All right. So, with all that being said, Irish Prepper 2A, I'm going to sign off. I hope you all have a blessed day. Stay safe.